What is up, YouTube? Today I want to be reviewing Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. Now, I did not see the first Knives Out. I didn't see it. I looked it up and I said, do you have to watch the first one in order to watch the second one? And all the answers I got were no, you do not. So I went ahead and checked out Glass Onion. I do want to eventually check out a Knives Out from 2019. I do want to check that out. But here we're here to talk about Glass Onion. This movie stars Dave Bautista, Edward Norton, Daniel Craig, and a couple more. I can't remember their names. At first, this was a very confusing movie. This is a movie where you're not going to have all the answers right away. You're not going to have all the answers right away. You're going to figure it out as you go. You might be confused at first. It might come off as a mess, but everything comes together at the end. And it is a very good movie. So Edward Norton stars as this character, Miles. Every year he hosts this murder mystery game on his island or whatever, and he invites his friends. It's a confusing story. He invites his friends, and then basically it's a mess. It really is. There's so many things going on. This girl's sister dies, and she sends her twin sisters pretending to be her or whatever to get pretending to go to the island or whatever to play the game to get answers as to what happened to her sister's death. And a lot of things happen. So Dave Bautista ends up dying. It's a very good movie. He ends up dying because his drink gets poisoned and everything. It was a very good mystery movie. Now, some people say it wasn't much of a mystery, but it ended up having the most obvious culprit it possibly could. But I enjoyed it, man. It was a great, fun watch to watch. It took a while to get into it, but everything came together beautifully at the end. I had a lot of questions going in, but I had all of them answered at the end. Dave Bautista was a very entertaining part of this movie, too. He did a lot of interesting, funny things in the movie. Edward Norton was great in this movie. Daniel Craig played a detective. He was good. It was a very fun movie. It almost felt kind of old school a little bit, like the old days, like with cinema, pure cinema. This came out in 2022. It's a very good mystery movie, and it's kind of hard to just explain because there's so much going on, but I definitely recommend checking this movie out. There was a couple things I didn't like about it. Sometimes, like, I felt like they didn't do a great job at explaining what was going on, but all your questions did end up getting answered. It's one of those movies, like I said, sorry, my eyeball is itching. It's one of those movies where there's a lot going on, but all your questions will be answered in the movie. Very, very entertaining at points in the movie. It's pretty funny. Like, Bautista is having his wife sleep with Edward Norton, so he could get put on the news channel or whatever that Edward Norton runs, and he ends up finding out. Click off the video if you don't want spoilers, but right now he ends up finding out that Miles. You find this out at the end of the movie. He was responsible for the murder, and he shows him an article or whatever. And he's like, how about we talk about me being on the news? Because Edward Norton denied his wife after she slept with him, Dave's position to be on the news. And he was like, how about we talk about that news position when he showed that he knew that who killed him. And he was like, oh, yeah, you could be on there. And the movie ends with Edward Norton kind of destroying the evidence that he had anything to do with it. And they all feel hopeless. So they all start throwing a tantrum and just breaking everything. And they ruin his precious Mona Lisa painting and everything, and he freaks out. And then some of them are like agreeing or saying they're not going to testify against him, but then they all agree to testify against him at the end because he said there was no proof that he did anything. So the movie kind of ends with the cops coming and stuff. But it's a fun movie. It sounds confusing. It sounds like a mess, but it's fun. It's worth watching. I've seen Kevin Nash's review on it. He was like, Bautista was good in it. He was, but he wasn't the only good part about it. It was a great, fun watch. I even told my wife I wasn't really that into it, and then all my questions got answered, and it came. And at the end of the movie, I ended up giving this an 8 out of 10. I think it was a fun watch. I have it on my Letterboxd. I gave it, I think, 4 stars or 4.5 stars. Very fun watch, guys. Glass Onion. It's a one-of-a-kind movie. Came out in 2022. I think it might have won an Oscar. I don't know if it's out on Blu-ray. I think it had like a couple Blu-ray releases that they sent to the Oscars, so it could play seamlessly for the crowd, which just proves that physical media is superior. But there's a lot of customs out there. You know, I'm one for customs. Go check it out, guys. Glass Onion. Buy it physically. Physical media for the win. Physical media. But it's on Netflix if you want to watch it that way. Yeah, Glass Onion. I give this movie an 8 out of 10. Very, very fun watch. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I want to do a lot more movie reviews. These are the videos I like doing the most. I love movie reviews. So please help me out and support the channel. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.